Today we are talking about how to manifest massive transformation in 2025 through the power of connection. I'm talking about aligning with vibrationally matched souls who are going to lift you up and be your cheerleaders. But here's the thing, I'm not going to tell you to go out and network with a bunch of successful people and just expect miracles to happen, because that's not really the answer. What you actually need is to understand the powerful force behind manifesting alongside other people. So I'm going to explain why that works and share the exact strategies that you can use to make it happen in your own life. I am so excited to share this video because one of the biggest breakthroughs in my own journey was around challenging the beliefs I had about the success that I deserve. When I started to actually align with souls who vibrationally matched my energy, my business started to change, my life started to change. And this is one of the key factors in my ability to go from being a burned out academic in the wrong relationship, in the wrong job, with a chronic health condition, to being where I am now in the best state of happiness and health of my whole life, in a beautiful house with a lovely partner, a gorgeous cat, in the countryside, doing what I want with way less stress than I ever had before. And I know that a massive part of this journey was finally being able to align with the right people and start to understand manifestation as an interconnected collective activity, not just something to do solo. Let's start by talking about birthday candles. In Roman times, when it was somebody's birthday, a candle would be placed somewhere in the home, somewhere sacred, and people would bring gifts to the candle, not to the person whose birthday it was. And this was because the candle represented the inner fire of the person's genius. And when I say genius, I'm not talking about, a massive high IQ. I'm talking about that inner creative spark, that essential soul essence that is within all of us. And this is what the gifts were being given to. Now, in itself, to me, this is a very beautiful practice, but the real point is that the Romans knew how important it was for other people to acknowledge this fire within you, this essence, this creative life force spark. And it's a beautiful way of encapsulating the power of being seen and recognized and connected to other people when we are in the process of manifesting the life of our dreams. But it kind of runs counter to a lot of the things that you may have learned about the manifestation process, because we often think about it as something that we do just on our own, just by turning within. We're often told to see manifestation as a very personal, even sort of sacred activity. And this is really true and very important, but only to a point. We're also often told that the ability to kind of master our own thoughts is at the heart of manifestation. And I absolutely agree with this, but there is a limitation where if we feel like we're just 100% responsible for creating our reality out of our thoughts alone, then it can feel like a bit of a burden. It can feel like a huge responsibility to be the single and sole author of our life. Whereas when we start to see it as part of a bigger process, then we take some of the burden of the manifesting process away from ourselves. We also think of manifestation as about being connected to the universe, right? Almost having like a direct channel of communication with higher consciousness or source or divine, or however you understand and perceive that. And again, it's really important and a very valuable part of manifesting, but it's not the whole picture, because the universe and source is not just out there, it's actually also expressed within you, but within the other people around you, and of course in nature as well. So the point that's missing when we think about manifestation just as a solo activity is that manifestation is all about alignment, and alignment is about connection. So when you start to understand yourself as a being that is part of this interconnected web of wholeness, of unity, of a bigger consciousness, then everything starts to change and you start to actually harness much, much greater power than you had when you understood yourself as only being in that direct line of communication with Source. So here are some reasons why manifesting alone kind of sucks. The first one I've already mentioned, but just to reiterate, if you think you're 100% responsible for creating your reality, you can feel isolated, and isolation really blocks the energy of manifestation, okay? So allow yourself to remove a bit of the responsibility and the burden. It is down to you, of course it is, but it's also down to the interconnectedness you feel with other people, with nature, and with Source. Also, there's what I'm going to call the pencil problem. Now, Milton Friedman was an economist, and he famously said that no one single person knows how to make a pencil. And this is true because actually, although a pencil is a very simple object, there is a complex manufacturing process that goes into making it, and it involves lots and lots of different people. And I see manifesting as similar to this, right? There are so many component parts and factors that go into your ability to realize the dreams and the visualizations that you have created in your own mind. So we need others, we need elements of production to come into play as part of our manifestation process. Also, manifesting alone can really mean that we lose momentum and accountability during the process, because the fact is that although manifesting is easy in some senses, you know, it's about making things easy, it can also be difficult when you have to actually carry out physical tasks in this reality and they don't feel easy, okay? Because we're not all masters of manifestation in every single moment. And so when things get hard, having other people around you to help you be accountable for your actions and to maintain the momentum of the projects and processes that you're doing is really, really powerful. There is something beyond just not manifesting alone, okay? There's something about specifically not having the wrong people around you, because negative influences, in particular from other people's opinions about you and what you're doing, they can really drag you down, right? It's like trying to swim through the ocean with weights on your ankle. If other people are criticizing you, if they're doubting you, if they're making fun of what you're doing, if their belief system is no longer aligned with yours, which is often the case when people are on an awakening journey, when they are stepping into a new reality, when they want to jump into a different timeline, maybe the people around you don't recognize you anymore. Maybe you are challenging some of their own beliefs. Maybe they are feeling triggered and uncomfortable by what you are stepping into. And if this is happening and it's dragging you down, then it can block the manifestation process. So it's really important to not only be with others, but be with the right others. So those are some of the downsides of manifesting alone. But the upsides of manifesting in connection with other people are so exciting. It's like if you imagine trying to create a fire with one log. Okay, it's going to burn, it's going to be okay, but it's going to be quite slow. But when you start adding other logs to the fire, you know, you can really create this blazing, beautiful bonfire energy. And that's what happens when you bring the right people into your sphere of manifestation. There's also a scientific principle that backs up this idea of collective manifesting, okay? And this is called entrainment. And you will have felt this before. You know, when you're around somebody that has an uplifting energy field, you feel your energy change. This is energy entrainment, and it's basically when the larger, stronger, more powerful energy field naturally creates alignment with the smaller energy field. So when you come into contact with people that have a big, strong aura and a high vibrational field, you will naturally start to entrain with this energy field, and your own field is going to start lifting up and vibrating and expanding in a way that's very supportive of manifestation. I'm going to get into 5 ways that you can actively call this collective manifesting energy into your life. But before I get to it, if you're enjoying this video, if you're taking some value from it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment. I would love to hear your experiences. The best thing is to be in a conversation about this manifesting process. And as this video is about collectivity, I would appreciate it so much if you could share your response and your feeling about what I'm talking about. So the first thing I would invite you to do to call in the right vibrationally matched souls into your life is to first look at whether you have any limiting beliefs about the support that you deserve and that's available for you in this world. As I said, this was something that I needed to overcome in order to be able to call the right people into my life. I remember in my previous career hearing somebody that I really admired and looked up to saying that one of the things that accelerated her progress the most was finding cheerleaders. And when I heard it, I got so triggered, honestly. I felt like a real failure because I didn't actually feel that it was possible for me to have the kind of cheerleaders that she was talking about, because I was not as likable as her, because I was not as successful as her, because I was not deserving of those people that would really stand for my success. And that held me back. It really stopped me from being in the collective energy that she was able to call in, because she believed that she deserved it. So when I took time to really look at what I was believing about my ability to attract the right people to me and gently invite those beliefs to leave because I didn't need them anymore, then I started to be able to call the right people into my life. So take some time to reflect on this, do some journaling, and ask yourself whether there are any blocks that are stopping you from attracting soul-aligned people into your life. If this is something that you feel you need deeper support with over a longer term than just doing some journaling, then I do offer one-to-one crystal healing online and coaching as well. So I'll put links below in the description, and if you want to explore that, by all means, follow those links and we can see if it would be beneficial for you to work together one-on-one. The second thing is to start actively looking out for people who are genuinely going to stand for your success and support you. Now, if when I say this, it feels impossible, if it's a bit triggering, you don't know who they are or where they are, it's okay. You can start by being what Sonia Choquette calls believing eyes for somebody else or for multiple other people. This is about how when you start to uphold other people's dreams, then you also start attracting the support you need for your own dreams. So try this and just watch vibrationally aligned people coming into your life. The third thing is to help somebody get what you want to receive. Okay, so if you want more abundance or connection or creativity in your life, help somebody else get those things. Because like the second principle, what you give out, you get back, but amplified. So be the friend that you want to have, or provide calm for somebody else when they're in a stormy situation, and you will see it returning to you in ways that you didn't even know were possible. The fourth thing is to join a community or communities that are going to help you up level. This is so powerful, and I've experienced it firsthand myself. I did a lot of community building in 2024, and in particular I joined a course called Full-Time Purpose, and it's run by very successful millionaire YouTubers. And I tell you, just being in their energy raised my vibration so much, because it shows you what's possible. They share their stories of coming from nothing to coming to a life of great abundance and service. Okay, so I would really invite you to join a community. There's loads of free ones on School, or join a course or something that is led by a person that you admire. And if it's possible within your means, it can be free. You don't have to pay a lot of money for it. But If it's possible for you to directly communicate with them, if you have opportunities to message them or talk to them, I invite you to do that. I remember the first time when I went on a live coaching call with one of these amazing people. It's Victor Odo and Erin Doughty, by the way, that run this course. And when I first went on a call with Victor, I was nervous, because this person is so famous, and it was a strange feeling of nervousness that I had, but actually it was an amazing experience because I felt like actually this is a very normal, positive conversation, and now I'm talking to the kind of people that I want to be like, and that is amazing. It's a good up-leveling experience, and you realize that every time you do it, you get closer and closer to inhabiting the person that you want to become. And the fifth thing is to visualize with group energy. Okay, so if you are, as part of your manifestation process, meditating or doing any visualizations, even if you're alone, imagine that whilst you're doing it, you are actually supported by people who are literally cheering you on, they're clapping, they are jumping up and down, they are so happy for your success. And this kind of mental exercise can actually really help you feel connected with collective energy, even if you're on your own in the moment when you're doing it. So I hope that's helpful. Remember, manifesting is not just about your own vision, it's also about connecting and harnessing collective energy. When you start doing this, you're going to have a manifesting process that's not only faster and more effective, but it's also more joyful and more aligned. So you can think about these people as creating your own unique magician's circle and inviting more and more prosperity, abundance, happiness, love and joy into your life as you align with these vibrationally matched souls. So thank you so much for being here. I wish you all the best, and I will see you in the next video.